getting ready to go live.
The following program may contain language of an adult nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
We think it's the banning of
We are anonymous. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch jerk man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of the shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Yes! Finally kicked those fuckers off the air.
It's about goddamn time. I got sick of those fucks.
Yeah, that GJ Jerkman and Maxwell Silverhammer with all their goddamn anti-corporate talk.
Just be happy. We're gonna go celebrate right now. I think we should go do some golf and butt fuck one another.
Oh, that's the greatest. I'm ready. Hold on. Go get in the car here.
Get the hell in the other side. Another side. There you go.
There we go.
All right.
This is a great day.
I'm gonna start it up now. You ready?
These bastards.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Bora Bora, here we go.
It's the STIM Radio Show.
Maxwell Silverhammer, GJ Jerkman, Cruise Control, and G Motor. Do you smell fire? I think somebody lit a cigarette. No, it's the hottest radio show on the internet. So keep it locked here from 7 to 9, cause the STEM Radio fam, they ahead of their time. And that was lesson 1, man, this is lesson 2. No format because they keep it fresh and new. And this is what I call HQ. Hey, Winfrey, you a musical genius, man. They can't paint it like a basic, but if the content is making you sick, take some Dayquil. And if you think that the jocks sound quirky, allow me to introduce you to the shit that irks me.
Alright, you sons of fucking bitches! Welcome to the shit that fucking irks me, Friday night edition. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer, and first of all, I'd like to welcome the gun back to All Talk Radio. Welcome back to the shit that fucking irks me.
Thank you.
And you're
Thank you.
back in here. And also, want to welcome Winfrey back. Winfrey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Maxwell? How you doing?
Man, okay. So this is the man responsible for our music you hear every night. Man,
Great.
Talk about that experience a little bit, man, of how you felt while you were doing all that and what went through your head.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to thank you for having me back. You know, I love the show, and thanks so much for having me back, and for letting me be involved with the song. And actually, it was a great idea from you to do the theme song, and it was a good experience with Renaissance, you know, dropping his verse and everything, and all that stuff worked out well. So it was a great experience, and like I said, thanks for allowing me to be part of that, man.
Well, like I told you, I love your music, man. I love your production. So, you know, I was like, man, you know what? I got to team Renaissance and Winfrey up and just make this shit slap, you know?
Yeah, that shit was fat. I like that. That worked out great. So he's a great artist.
Well, you know, but also, too, you guys, because you actually mixed the whole thing. So, and you were telling me, like, when I sent you that intro and you put it on the beginning, you know, you were just like, oh, wow. Fuck.
No, actually, you know, it was just off the hook. It was so funny when we was in the studio doing it, and when we had heard it, me and the engineer, we were sitting there, and we laughed, man. It was so funny. We probably couldn't get the work done as well as we should have because we was too busy sitting there laughing at it when we was actually mixing it together and everything. It was just crazy. It was wild. It was a great idea, and I love it. We must have listened to it 1,000 times before we actually sent it to you, but it turned out great. I'm glad you appreciated that, man. It was great idea. You got a great mind.
Man,
well, great mind going on there with those ideas.
You are now integrated into the STIM Radio fam, man. Because, you know.
Oh, well, thanks, man. I'm proud to be part of it. I'm in good company there.
Hey, man, we're glad to have you on board. But also, man, other stuff's been going on. Did you get signed to some kind of record label or something, or what happened here?
Well, yeah, over at in France, I'm signed on to Funk Fathers Music, Funk Fathers Records. A guy named Watts, he's the producer of the new album, and he actually runs the company there, and he's doing good things with good artists, and I'm proud to be one of those artists. And man, it's just it's the beginning of a great family of musicians and writers, and so you know it's a good thing, and I'm glad to be part of that. You know, that's out of France. So
how did that even materialize, man? Talk about that a little bit. How that was hooked up.
Well, it was actually it started about 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I was doing some work online when MySpace was
oh goddamn.
yeah, it's been a while, and so someone heard me there, and they asked me to do some work, some talkbox work on one of their artists, and they have to be from France, and I did that, and then people were, you know, feeling it, digging it, so I was asked to do something else, and then did that, and then I got an offer. The guy asked me if I wanted to do a whole project with him. So I said, it would be great experience, you know, to actually work with someone on a whole album project. So that's how this new album came about, was just networking with some of the producers over in France. And so I'm blessed to have that opportunity. So it just kind of happened that way.
So your new that new project there, you know, I noticed it's very limited on the talk box. What made you decide to say, man? Because I know that's kind of your signature trademark.
Right, and you know, there was something that I've always wanted to do for a long time. I always wanted to just to see, you know, what it would be like to actually sing and not use the talk box as much. And I had always wanted to do that. I just didn't have a plan of when or how I would do that. And when this opportunity came along, I thought, well, you know what? Maybe I'll try it now just to see how things worked out. And plus, I wanted to give my fans and listeners more of me. You know what I mean? Because you know, when you're an artist and you have these ideas and you got a fan base and you try to build a fan base and listeners, you want to get more personal with them. You want them to know who you are, and you want them to know what you have to offer. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that I thought, well, you know, this is part of your artistry. This is part of my who I am. So I said, well, let me do this and see what the fans and friends and supporters think. So that was the idea for the mostly, you know, with the singing on this album, and it's done very well. I'm very proud of it, and so that's how that came about. Just experimenting.
Well,
something else, you know.
Let me tell you what the fans think. Well, I'm a fan, so I'm going to tell you what I think. This album is dope. I mean, you know, and here's the thing. I love the fact that you're not trying to follow what today's R&B sounds like, man. You're doing what you want to do, you know?
Thanks, man. Thanks, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Well, what made you? I mean, obviously you do what you want to do, but what made you say, man, I'm sticking to Winfrey. I'm not going to sound like, I don't even know, Rick Rock or one of those. I don't even know who's big today.
Right.
You know.
Well, you know, I don't know. I just you know, just did whatever the music took me, because the producer, Watts is the producer. He produced the music, and what he did was he said, well, you know, I'll produce the music, and then you write the lyrics and you arrange the singing. So once we got started on that, we were just mainly going to just do a single. And once we started working together, and everything was working out so great, he was like, well, man, let's just do something else. Let's do a couple songs. And then it turned into a couple songs. Let's do like 3 or 4. Let's do 4 or 5. And it, you know, let's just do 10 or 11. You know, so it just grew to a whole album, and it all worked out really good, and I think we're both happy with the product, with the finished product. And I'm so glad that you're feeling it. That made me feel good. I really trust your judgment, and I'm really happy that you're on board with the album and stuff like that.
Oh man, no, dude, when you put up that YouTube sampler of the album, I was like, I've got to get this shit. The first thing I did.
I was really pleased at how well it was received. A lot of people felt the same way you do, and it's steady growing on the radio stations. Are picking up songs, and they're doing a lot of playing of different songs and stuff. So it's doing very well.
Any resistance?
I'm proud to say that.
Has there been any resistance at all, like from because everybody's on what's hot and what sounds up to to-dos, and I'm not trying to say your shit sounds dated, because I love I personally love that sound. You know what I mean? So
right. Well, basically most of the people that I haven't heard. I'm sure there was people that would probably prefer to hear something more hip hop or more of what they're listening to now. But there's a whole lot of listeners. For one thing, for France is a whole nother. Basically, it was released in France as opposed to the United States. It was released in France. And France, they're somewhere else musically. They're not where the United States are. They will tell you that they love the 80s music and the 80s sound, and they don't want to go any further than that. So one guy told me, he said, you know what, we love the 80s and we're not moving any further. So basically, their listeners there in France are into this, like the 80s sound, the 80s music, the 80s funk, anything that was going on in the 80s is really big in France. So this is what they basically listen to, is this type of music. So that's why these younger cats are producing this kind of music, and so they love it, So I haven't really heard any anything bad yet, but if people don't like it, they can always turn it off.
Right. Right.
Something else.
But you haven't had any doors straight up slammed, like, hey man, this is too dated, or nah, this is not what we're looking for, or anything like that?
No. I tell you what, I've been blessed. I've been getting so much love, and the only people that have responded directly to me have been people that have been playing, calling me to ask me what song can they play on their radio stations, and I've gotten a few radio stations. There's a guy named Godfrey Fletcher. He has a radio station, a neo soul radio station, and they're playing a lot of independent artists, and I'm proud to be on their playlist. I've been on their playlist now for about a month.
Oh, wow.
And then there's another guy that picked up one of the songs, and he's playing that song on his radio station, and so that's really good. I had never had that before, so now I'm starting to get airplay on different radio stations, and so they're really supporting the album. So they must be feeling it. So I'm loving it. So
I'm glad to hear that there is still some alive people out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's great, because there's so many. There's so much music out there, and there's so many choices, and there's so many styles, different people doing different things, and people are trained to listen to only one thing, but there's a lot of people that are looking for something new / old,
right,
to stimulate them again, because everything sounds the same, and I think people are just they're willing to go back just to get something different.
Right.
And so I think that the timing is everything, and I think right now the timing is people are very accepting of something new / old school. So I'm glad to be in that niche, and hope they keep listening.
And what's the let's spit that website out, man, where people can pick up that album, because I definitely want to keep throwing that out during the show.
Right now they can just go to funkfathersrecords.net, and they can order online through there. Like I said, it's basically a release over in over in France, but they're soon going to have it up on like iTunes and that. But right now, I think it's just at funkfathersrecords.net.
Okay.
So that's the place to grab it at. And I've been blessed to work with some great people throughout this project, and I'm doing some live performing now, and I'm doing trying to promote the album and do things to promote myself, and so I've met some very talented people that I'm working with now, and man, it just makes it all good, man. Everything is just coming together so well, so I'm very pleased with that.
What was impressive with the album too is it did have the Winfrey signature sound, and I'm not just talking about the talk box, but just certain keyboard sounds you might use. But also, there were some different drum sounds that I liked, man. It wasn't the standard Winfrey drums that I'm used to hearing, you know what I mean? Which I kind of dug a little bit, changing it up, you know?
Right, yeah. That's what's nice about working with the producer there is they actually listen to I think they listen to me, and they're familiar with my work, and so when they start to produce other music, they think of me when they're doing it, and it gives it, it kind of works together, man. It just kind of blends together like I don't know. It just works itself together, and it turns out to be this thing where it mingles together, and it turns out to be something that has my sound. It sounds like me. It sounds like something that I would be doing. So it works really good for me. So it's new to me too, actually, to work with other producers and stuff. So I'm blessed. I'm really blessed to have somebody, first of all, that would want to work with me, and then to come out with something that turned out so well. So I'm very happy about that.
Well, it's good that the producer, figured out who the artist was first, rather than just going, we're going to take this artist and make him sound like my shit. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. That's what's so important. I've heard other projects where people don't listen to the artist. They just have an idea, and they'll just start running off with it, and it may not fit the artist's voice. It may not fit what their style. It may not fit something that they can do. And I think with this project, him and I, he paid real close attention. We even though we're miles apart, we stayed very close in touch with each other. Every time I recorded something, or every time he sent something, he wanted to know, is this working? Is that working? You want me to change this? I'm going to change this. And you mentioned the drums. It was very interesting. You mentioned some of the drums. And there was a couple of tracks on there where he originally had something set up, and then when I started recording the vocals, he actually went back and changed some of the drum sounds, because he said, you know what, this doesn't fit what you're doing. I'm gonna reproduce the drum sounds, and so he would change some things. So this was like a project where it was constantly growing. It was constantly changing. Things were actually moving in different directions, and so to make everything work. So
wow, you took your time to put it together.
Yeah. We took our time, and everything just worked out so great. So it turned out to be a really good project. I'm very proud of this project.
Well, you know what, man? Can we feed him a track, Ben, real quick?
Yeah.
There we go.
Sure.
We're gonna jump.
Sure.
We're gonna jump into 360, which I love. So.
Oh, okay, great.
Hang on with us, and we'll come back and talk to you some more after this. But this is a really good dance track, and this is what This was what makes you want to dance.
All right.
Not a lot of the stuff that they're playing now. The funny club shit. So,
right.
Because a lot of stuff now doesn't make me want to dance. It just kind of makes you sick. I think. But but I got some people out there, man, listening tonight, and I want them to definitely hear this, because I think they may be hitting up funkfathers.net, picking up this album.
Oh, great, man!
So,
great.
And
love that.
And I saw a few other artists up there too that I guess were doing their thing. So
cool, yeah.
But and I know AK must have stepped out of the room or something.
For you to announce.
Yeah, well, I'm ready to roll. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, here we go. 360, Winfrey. We'll be right back.
All right.
.360. Yes, that is. That's about a chick getting her ass handed to her, basically. Nothing else, bitch. So, man, nice, nice track, man. Nice.
Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks, man. I'm glad you like that. Yeah.
By the way, got a text from Blue Jay, who's actually originally from Detroit, and she said she likes it. So I texted her back, keep listening. So
great, yeah. Tell them to keep listening. I love it,
man. So that's with the so you're doing the Funk Fathers thing right now, and that album's going to be out. What else is happening? You said you've been doing.
Well, actually, what's really exciting now is we're going to be eventually doing performing some of those songs live, and we're going to be doing them acoustically. I'm working with a great artist named Kevin Prettyman.
Oh, that's who that is.
Where we get our that Winfrey and Prettyman from. That's my duo group, and we do a lot of acoustic stuff. And we're going to be doing some acoustic versions of some of the songs live and that's going good now. So we've started doing that, and I've been meeting so many great artists and great people I'm working with this time. We're working. Kevin and I are working on a new project. It's going to be like an EP with some with the collaboration of some funk, some R&B, and some jazz. So we're gonna try to go in that direction a little bit and do something a little jazzy, funky, jazzy kind of thing. So we got another project coming up here probably after the first of the year. So that's something to look out for.
Keep feeding us. Yeah. Well, you got a real. To me, the first time I found you obviously was through like hip hop, because you've got a big hip hop history too.
Right. Yeah. That's pretty much where I've been mostly. Work with a lot of rap artists, and I'm actually still working with some of these guys. And there's a group I just started working with called the Breakfast Club. They call themselves the Breakfast Club. There's a couple of guys, and they're very talented, and we're working on something. And if I may, I want to drop some names.
Oh yeah, do that.
I've worked with some. I met a lady. I have to mention this. I met a lady yesterday. I was at the studio yesterday. And there was a lady in there, and the engineer told me, said, "Hey, guy, I want you to check this girl out. She just recorded. This was her first time coming to the studio." So I said, "All right, let me check it out." So he played this song for me, where this lady was singing, and it was just blew my socks off. So I met her. Her name is Lisa Hightower, and she is an awesome vocalist. And so keep your ears out for her. I mean, she and I are going to be working on a project together. She's going to be working on this new thing that I'm working on, so you get to hear her. But her and her manager was there. Her name is Sharon Waters, and those are two great people. I was really pleased to meet them, and hopefully, working with her soon. And my engineer Christo, he's always keeping things going and keeping things live out there. And I want to say something to Dede Lahouve. He's a friend of mine over in France that keeps things going over there, as well as Waz, the guy, Funk Father's record producer. So all these people have been very instrumental to me lately in getting things done. So I'm happy to be involved and affiliated with all these people. So.
Well, it's taken. I mean, you paid a lot of dues, man.
Wow.
Your first album.
Still paying.
well, your first thing dropped. Well, that I heard from you at least when you sent me the back catalog. Was what 99, I think.
Right. The 98 was it's the Juice thing. It was for the radio station here, and it was like a maxi single. And then there was some other projects after that, and it's like 3 or 4 projects after that, and up to now. So yeah, it's been a long road, and it's still a journey. But I love it. It's everything you learn. Every time you do something, you learn. And from everyone you meet, you learn something. And there's always something to learn, always something to get. There's a lesson and a blessing in everything that you do, and I believe in that. And I'm just blessed to have these opportunities to work with people, to meet new people, to have listeners, to listen to the music and like it or not like it or whatever. Just they listen and make that choice. Say, hey, maybe that's not something I'm interested in or whatever. But that's cool too. There's someone else that'll probably love it. So I'll keep playing for them.
Yeah,
and,
you made it.
Okay. So it's all good. And man, I have to tell you too. I thank you so much for your support and for for the encouragement that you give. It's been great, and I really appreciate that because need more people like you.
Oh, if I, and that's the thing. I don't blow smoke up someone's ass. I mean, if I don't like your shit,
I know that too. But that's why I'm saying I appreciate it. Yeah, I know, man. I know. You keep it real, and that's what's great about it.
Yeah. Well,
you're a real person, and that's cool.
If I dig it, man, I'm like, oh, well, this is good. good and it should be pushed and so on. But you know what? You made a statement earlier here, man, which is kind of funny because we're going to sort of touch on this next hour, I think. You said there's a lesson and a blessing in everything. So, which is kind of funny because when something bad happens to you, you know, the first thought is, fuck, what is the blessing here? What is the
right?
You know what I'm saying? The mindset.
Right. Well, the lesson is when something happens and you learn if it's something you recognize that's not right, then you learn a lesson from it.
Right.
And the blessing is the fact that you did learn something from it, and hopefully you can move forward from it.
Right.
So you're blessed to be able to do it again, to be able to make a better choice the next time. So it's never, if you look at things like everything is when something happened, it's the end of the road. It's like, oh gosh, shit's fucked up. So you know, you can't do that. No, you don't look at it like that. You know, you learn from it and you move forward from it. Whatever it is, whether it be music, life, no matter what it is, you have to move forward. And everything has a lesson and a blessing in it. And if you can move past the lesson, you will be blessed with something, with knowledge that you won't do whatever you did again, or you will learn from it, or you will advance from that. And that's what keeps me going, you know, because, you know, if you get stifled and stuck on something, you won't move forward. You'll get stuck in the mud, as they say, and that's not good. So,
yeah.
You know, everything that you do is a lesson and a blessing in it. So, you know, you just keep moving forward no matter what it is, and that's kind of how I live my life.
Even that stagnation period, man, sometimes you just kind of need that shit, you know, because sometimes when you have a bad experience, you just want to wallow for a minute, man, and be like, let me just... Right.
and it's good to do that, because you have to smell the shit in order to not want to smell it no more.
Right?
If you don't smell it, if it don't sting to you, then you didn't learn nothing.
Right.
So you have to waddle in it. You got to get dirty, and then when you get tired or of the smell or whatever, when you get tired of the situation, you will move forward from it. So hopefully, you know, hopefully most people will do that, you know. So that's the, you know. So yeah, we tend to hold on to some negativity for a minute, but I think that's healthy too. I think that has its benefits too, because you need to hold on to it for a minute to realize it.
Yeah.
And once you get tired of it, that'll make you more apt to get away from it. So I think it works for us. I think that works for us.
Well, you know, and the thing is, when you go through something bad, people right away start with the positive talk. You know, pick yourself up by your bootstraps, man. Get up back on the horse. Sometimes you're not ready right away. You know?
Right. Yeah, you want to waddle in your shit. You want to cry. You want to be left alone.
Right.
You want to go through all of that, whatever it is you feel. Let me cry. Let me cry these tears. Let me be depressed for a minute. But all that's good as long as you eventually, when you get through that moment, after you've been through it and you're tired of it and you want to move forward, it's time to get back and do your thing. But you do that in your own time, though. You don't let somebody else push you into not, you know, getting the pleasure of being depressed.
Right. I think that's the key, though, man.
Because there is some, you know, sometimes, you know, there is some pleasure in just saying, leave me the hell alone.
Oh, fuck yes.
Leave me the hell alone.
Oh, I know. I've been there.
Because you need to reflect on that stuff. Whatever it was, you need to have that reflection time. And if you don't get a chance to reflect and see it, then it, you know, then you didn't really learn nothing from it. So sometimes you need to waddle in it.
Yeah, exactly. You need that learning experience to be like, oh man, this shit sucks, dude.
Yeah.
That's interesting though. You mentioned negativity. Now I just want to throw this out here because you got a CD called No Negativity, which is up on CD Baby. If you look for Winfrey. You know,
right?
And what was and I think you told me last time when I had you on, but kind of refresh the new listeners. What was the premise behind that title?
Well, it's the same thing. You go through things. You know. I'm sure you know, and like everybody else knows, when you're trying to do something, you have all types of adversity. You have problems. You have things and negative people. You know, people see you trying to do something. Everybody wants to give you advice when you don't really ask for it. And, you know, and then you start getting, you know, and it creates this negative energy. And whenever I went into working on this that album, that No Negativity album, I just said it out loud. I said, you know what? I'm not going to let any negativity into this creative field that I'm working in. And that was my whole attitude when I was working on that project, was that there's no negativity. And once I said it so many times, I thought, when it came time to name the album, I thought, I'll just call it No Negativity.
Wow.
Because that was the whole basis of completing it, was keeping the negative energies away from the project. That way it could keep moving forward and everything. So it worked out that way.
That's cool. And you got some pretty decent. You got MC8 on there. A bunch of Cali cats. That are rapping on that.
Right. Yeah, I was fortunate, to get with MC8 and have him to do something, and Little Half Dead and Quick to Mac, all these guys, they agreed to be part of the track, and that was, it's produced by Sylvain. He's another producer in France that produced the music, and so that worked out. That worked out great, and that's becoming it's become a little big hit for me for that album. So that was a really good thing too. So
that's more of a street album, but if you like that,
yeah. In music, I feel like music is everybody has different feelings at different times. Music is something that expresses everybody's emotions. I mean, there's sometimes when you may be feeling like I'm feeling aggressive today, so let me throw some aggressive music in, whether it's Rage Against the Machine or some Tupac or whatever.
Right.
And then there's moments where you just want to chill. You may want to put some Barry White in, so we have moments. If we all get those different types of emotions through our life or our day or our week, where different types of music suits our mood,
right,
or enhances our mood. So, so I'm like that too. I'd like to touch around and and experience different types of energy from different styles of music, and that's what we're doing now with the Winfrey and Pretty Man. Kevin is a wonderful jazz pianist, and that allows me to be able to touch on some of that jazzier mode of my being,
right,
to do something a little different even. So with this new project that's coming, it's going to include some jazzy or funky stuff. It's going to be a mixture of both of those. So it's going to be an interesting combination as well. So I'll probably be switching off into a different area. But it's all going to be Winfrey, though, so it's going to be all good, though. We're still going to have the elements.
That's what I like about your music, though. You can be diverse, but at the same time keep your signature style with you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you listening, and I can tell that you're a really good listener when it comes to music, because you've made some points to me in the past, too, about things that some people probably wouldn't even pay attention to. And you've noticed, so you have a wonderful ear for music. So I appreciate that.
Well,
I appreciate your comments.
Thank you, man. Well, I want to jump into another track real quick. This is Afraid. I'm afraid, and afraid of love. So we'll be right back, man.
All right.
So damn afraid. Oh, I'm afraid. So afraid. And I'm not scared to admit, girl, I'm afraid. So afraid. And I'm not scared to admit, girl. My friends always tell me not to get serious. Never fall in love, you only fall in love. Myself falling when you can sample and fall. Been there, done that, now my mind is telling me I'm so afraid. you, I feel love is gonna hurt me again. If you decide it's over and you want to move on, love but not in love with me again, I'm all alone. So alone again. I'm so alone again. Alone again. So alone again. Alone again. I'm so alone again, baby. Oh, I'm afraid. So afraid. I'm so afraid now. I'm so afraid to love.
So afraid of love. Oh, man. You know what? I've been there.
Hey, hey. I think we all been there at some point. We might not want to admit it.
Hey, like you say in the song, I'm not scared to admit it.
Yeah, I ain't scared to admit it. I mean, you know, that's, yeah, hey, that's what it is, you know.
But, you know, when that engine turns on, man, and you're on board and you start moving, you're just like, fuck, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But, no, good subject matter, man. Good concepts, good music, just all around good album. And it can be picked up on funkfathers.net. That's right? Not the Funkfathers, but funkfathers.net, right?
Funkfathersrecords.net, yeah.
Funkfathersrecords.net, okay.
Funkfathersrecords.net, yeah.
Man, so go pick that up. And, you know, any other past Win-Free projects. On CD Baby, you got No Negativity. What about your Gotham City? Is that up there, too?
Gotham City is there. They're also on iTunes and all of the Amazon and all that, all those online stores. Both of those are Gotham City and as well as No Negativity is all on iTunes and Amazon.
Okay, so I'm not missing anything, right?
No.
Okay.
No, you got it. You got it, bro.
Okay, I got the whole catalog because I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you got your whole catalog. You know, there's something, like I said, there's something else coming, and I definitely, as soon as I get it down on the press, I'm gonna get it to you because you got to hear it. You got to hear this. It's gonna be something really nice. So I definitely want you to hear this.
Well, I love jazz, man. I mean, you know, like I said, you know,
it's something that I've always loved it, and I'm just getting an opportunity to actually be involved in it. You know, myself musically as an artist, and you know, working with Kevin. Kevin is, you know, he's the jazz man. He's the one that allows me to be able to experience, you know, that side of me musically because of his ability to be able to play the piano the way that he does, and it adds a whole nother dimension to my funk stuff. When you hear that funk with those jazzy kind of chord things going on in there, it just gives it a whole nother. I'll let you check it out whenever we're done.
Well, like I said, man, your music has always been very. It's got a warm, meaty. Like I love those bass lines, you know, that you play.
Oh yeah. I love that stuff, man. Ain't nothing like that funk, man. Funk is just what's that.
Man, it's like eating a full. You know, when you get a pizza, you want something that's gonna fill you up. You know what I'm
you
saying?
want something that's gonna fill you up. You want to eat everything, the crust and everything, everything. Don't pull nothing off of it. Eat everything.
Right.
You don't want just piece of it.
And that's the thing, man. I find a lot of music now is very naked, almost.
What's that?
Just a lot of newer music, you know, that comes out. It's
Right.
actually very naked, man. It just doesn't, you know, something isn't there.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy at work, a guy I worked with, and we were talking, and I said, you know, most of the music nowadays sounds tribal. There's no fullness to it. I mean, most of your popular music nowadays is real tribal. It's real full. It's over like a lot of drums, but there's no meat to it. You know what I'm saying? It's very tribal. There's no a lot of times there's no melody musically. There's nothing to follow. It's empty. Yeah, I agree with what you just said. It's naked. It's just it's empty. It's empty sounding.
Well, and even the
tribal sounding.
Even the drums aren't very, like on your stuff. You know, you have a lot of drums, but they're very thick. They complement the music. Whereas opposed to this, it's just like a bass drum snare.
Exactly. Right. It's just very, very tribal. Like something that they could be doing at a, just like beating on a bongos. You know?
A tree or some shit.
It's very tribal to me. I just find it kind of meatless, lifeless. So, I try to do a little bit more. Try to give a little bit more to the ear to listen to. Try to find something that would, keep the listeners' ears entertained. As opposed to just something tribal. You try to put a little bit more music involved in it. So.
I like the adjective though, man. Tribal. I like that adjective because that works for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean it is. I mean, if you listen to a lot of the stuff, it's just it's very tribal. It's like overdriven with the drums. It's like there's nothing else there but just the beat. There's nothing else happening in the songs. Most of it, so just makes it just kind of uninteresting.
Do you you ever get people hitting you up, wanting to do music with you, like probably a lot of young kids, and all of a sudden, you want to give them the Winfrey special, and they're like, no, I want my shit to sound just like,
right. Oh yeah. I got that a couple times, and sometimes it's, you make it feel like, wow, somebody just punched you in the stomach, but actually, you just tell them that you just don't you don't want me then, you want somebody else. You need to go get someone else.
Oh.
That's like don't hire Stevie Wonder if you want Billy Joel. You know what I mean?
Right.
It doesn't matter. If Stevie is going to be Stevie, and Billy Joel is going to be Billy Joel. So if you hear an artist and you hear what they do and they've already expressed themselves musically and put out music or whatever, don't go to that artist for something that you're looking for if you hearing that that's not what they're doing.
Right.
As opposed to, and not just like what you said, a lot of people they want to work with you, but they want you to do what they want you to do, but they want you to be the one to do it, and it's like you don't change your, you don't try to don't try to do what you don't do. That's the best thing with the artist is do what you do to the best you can. Don't try to do something you can't do or you don't want to do because it will show. And so, yeah, I try to stay away from those kind of situations.
I like that you keep it honest, though, man, because some people they'll dummy down their sound just because they're, working with somebody new and, oh, man, well, maybe.
Right. But the thing, what it is, if you want to be appreciated and you want people to respect what it is that you do, like I would do anyone else, is you just keep it real, keep it 100. If this is what I do, this is and I try to do it the best I can. If you like this, then this is what you're going to get. If you don't like this, then maybe you should go somewhere else and get someone else to, you know, to do what you need to do. That way you get what you want. You know, that's what's important, you know,
right.
with people. You know, you need to, you know, if you got an idea, if you're working on something, you need to try to, you know, you need to try to get what you want from your artistry.
Right.
So I encourage people to do that. I'll tell them, you know, hey, you know, maybe this is not what you want. Just like with the talk box, you know, there are a lot of things. I get a lot of people that want talk box on their songs, but I have to almost listen to them first because there's a lot of things that doesn't sound good with the talk box.
No.
And a lot of things that I can't come up with things for the things. Well, if the music is not right, if it's not the right type of music, it won't sound. They listen to the talk box and it sounds good to them when they hear it, but it's because it fits the music, because I know what fits it, you know. But if they bring me some music and they want me to do something, and it's not, sometimes it doesn't work with that. So, you know, it doesn't work on everything. So I try to, you know, I have to explain that to. You know,
sounds like
too, so.
I think almost, man, they're confusing talk box with auto tune in a lot of cases.
A lot of people get that mixed up, but it's a totally different thing. And I kind of like the talk. I kind of like the sound of the talk box. So I think I can do. You know, I think you can do more with it. You know, you can pretty much control the talk box if you know what you're doing, but with an auto tune, you don't know where it's going to go when you move your voice around. You know what I'm saying? You can't really control that. You just get the effect, and it just pretty much goes wherever it wants to go. So it's a different sound to me, you know?
I'm just thinking back, man. This guy sent me some stuff a few weeks ago, and he's telling me how hot this dude's music was and whatever, and he's like, man, you're gonna love it. So I go to it, I listen, and it's fully auto-tuned and all this bullshit, and I'm like, this is fucking horrible. and I don't think he got the reaction he thought he was going to get. You know what I mean?
Oh, he thought he was going to say you loved it.
Yeah, that shit was garbage.
Well, you know, you got to be careful when you're using all those effects, and if you're not, you know, and if you're somewhere where you can't use them, or one of them go out, your whole song is dead, because everything that you're doing is dependent on this auto-tune effect, and you don't know if it, you know, it's just you know, it's just you know, I don't know how that works. I mean, I guess it works for some people, but you know, I prefer to do it old school. You know,
yeah,
just to keep the old school thing going. I kind of like the control that I have with using the talk box.
Well, I love, man, that you're in your own lane. You're doing your own thing, not trying to sound like anybody else. And, you know, I say stick with that formula. That seems, for me, that works.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the encouragement, and I definitely plan on doing that. And you know, I'm still glad I have, you know, listeners that really appreciate it. And, you know, and I love doing it. So hopefully I'll be doing it for a long time.
Man, well, you know what? We're coming to the end of the interview here. So, again, let's throw out that website to go get your new CD.
FunkFathersRecords.net is where you can pick up the past, present, and future album.
That's the name of the album.
Latest album for 2015.
FunkFathersRecords.net. And there's a few other acts on there, but you're not affiliated with them. It's just this is your project here.
No, this is just my project. I sang on Tim Jones. There's an artist there named Tim Jones, and he I performed on one of his songs, but he's one of the other artists at the label. So he's just getting started. So they're going to be recruiting more artists onto the label. So the label just started this summer is when he started the label. So it's all new. So it's all exciting right now.
Man,
Everybody's excited about it.
Wish them continued success, and you continued success. And anybody
so
pick up Winfrey's past catalog on CD Baby. You can find it all there. The No Negativity, Gotham City, and then I think the first one's a self-title, isn't it?
That's My Diary.
My Diary.
Is there as well.
That's right.
Yeah, there's that album there too. So, yep.
Man.
All there at cdbaby.com.
Well, what we're going to do, man, is we're going to say goodbye to you, and then we're going to play 2 more tracks. We're going to play Blink of an Eye and Work It Out. And but, man, I want to thank you for coming on and spending some time with us.
Oh, well, thanks, man. Thanks for having me. And thanks for having me, and I appreciate it. And thanks for the support. And it's much appreciated.
Absolutely. And we'll do it again. Keep me up on what's going on with you and Pretty Men and all that. And we're going to do that. But right now we're going to jump into Blink of an Eye. And we'll be back in a few, bitches. So stay with us.
All right.
As soon as AK, there we go. All right. We'll be right back. Thanks again, Winfrey.
Thank you. Hey, man, I'd like to, can I get you going to send me will you get a podcast or something?
Yeah, the archive? The archive's going to be up, man. We're going to send that to you. I'll let you, man.
Right. Okay. I'll tell you what, man, I love it. Can't wait to actually hear it.
Cool, man. We hit the post.
hurts me. It's the shit that hurts you. It's the shit that hurts me. It's the shit that hurts you. It's the shit that hurts me. It's the shit that hurts you.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the pay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping, but I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that. What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil, I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck in your car like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do, where you gonna go, who you gonna talk to get the info and get money? You can talk to me, you can talk to me, we got what you need, or you can join the team. Build yourself, then build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund. We have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or If you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass. With such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance. Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts.
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STEM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic like you already know. Get him, Jay!
We think it's the banning of... We are anonymous. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch Jerk Man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of the shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Oh yes, bitches. Welcome to hour 2 of the shit that fucking irks me. And so again, just real quick, funkfathersrecords.net is the website. Go pick up Winfrey's new album and you know, funkfathersrecords.net.
So it is your daddy's records then.
Well, my daddy's records?
Well, yeah, you know, they say this isn't your daddy's root beer, this isn't your daddy's car. Well, these are your daddy's records.
These are your daddy's records. Hey, that's actually kind of cool. I like that. Funkfatherrecords.com. And you know what? The name of the, I want to say No Negativity, but that's not right. So the name of the album is Past, Present, and Future. So anyway, so I got something, he said something last hour, man, that... kind of relevant to the shit you've been talking about on your video vlogs. On your vlogs, is that what you guys call them now?
Yeah, they're called vlogs.
Video blogs.
Video blogs.
So at one point he said, you know what? There's a blessing and there's a lesson in everything. So what do you think about that? Because I know you got to have a different perspective.
Blessing and lesson in everything?
Yes, in all experiences, even the shittiest of experiences.
Yeah, shit. If it's a shitty experience, of course, it's going to be fucking shit.
Okay, but you don't feel like maybe,
You're looking for the positive. Is that what you want me to say? You want me to say find a positive and shit? That's
No.
like you know, waiting for a turd to see a shit out of a turd and say, wow, there was a turd or shit a little turd. That's special. No, it's still shit.
So, but at one point, can that ever be?
I'm sure it can
be a good experience. You know, I think some of my shittiest experiences at the time, yeah, they sucked ball bag. And
do you believe that truly, or is that something that you just put in your head because people brainwash you to believe that over the years? You've got to find the positive in everything.
No, you know what? Well, at the time, I didn't see the positive.
Okay,
You know,
supposing it would have went the other direction. Supposing that things happened the way they did because you know it went that way because you allowed it to go that way. What if it went another direction and you would have been happy still? So would you be looking for the negative and the happiness? Did we do that? Did we sit there and say, you know what? I'm so fucking happy. There's got to be something negative going on here.
Well,
people do that.
They do. Yeah, they sabotage.
There are.
Yeah.
But
I think the outlook is a good one. I think that if you can keep a positive mindset, then you have a better opportunity of being happy in life. But is every situation a blessing and a lesson? No, not every situation.
No.
There are some fucked up shit. I wouldn't find a blessing and a lesson in getting raped.
Yeah,
I
What's
just
the blessing
wouldn't.
in
You
that?
know
Right.
what I mean?
Exactly right.
So, but I think, just normal life shit, yeah. You
Well,
have to look at it that way.
I mean, okay, like I guess the shitty, several shitty experiences I can bring up was like getting hit by the car years ago.
And what was your lesson in that one?
And
Good eyesight or
no, be more fucking careful. Stop being so goddamn cocky.
Supposing you were super careful, supposing all that stuff, and he still hit you. Then what's your lesson?
That didn't happen that way.
didn't.
You're doing hypotheticals.
Well, everything in life can be hypothetical if you really want to look at
It
it.
didn't happen that way.
I probably.
But what if it would have? Would you?
Then
You know what? I
it would
probably
be a
wouldn't have gotten hit.
different situation.
Well, see, there you go.
But I probably, yeah,
See, it's not
exactly.
But
always-
that wasn't the situation.
Doesn't matter. I'm throwing it
It
out there.
does matter.
I just do these things.
No, you
Yeah,
can't just
of
be like,
course.
well, what if it this way? It didn't
Okay.
go.
Right.
But it didn't.
And
No,
that's
it did
that's
not.
why
All
it
right,
happened.
So you got hit by the car, so now you learn to be more careful.
But well, yeah, no,
So
yeah.
how do you know that it was you that wasn't careful enough and it wasn't him?
Well, obviously, and I was a cocky fucker at the time. As a matter of fact,
Okay, you still could have been cocky, but now, when he hit you, where was he at?
coming out of a driveway.
So he's coming out of a driveway. Did he back into you or hit you front on?
Forward. Front
So
on.
he should have been looking forward and was not.
No, he was not. Although,
So then, even no matter how cocky you were, it seems to me it was his fault.
well,
I'm
okay.
saying that don't find fault in the other party
Oh,
in
yeah.
every situation.
Oh, yeah, no, there's
I'm saying
definitely
just
fault.
find the lesson.
But what I'm
in
saying
that
is he's trying to find a lesson.
situation.
He needs to be more careful. Maybe it was his lesson. He needed to be more careful. You were just a
They
fucking
both
pawn
needed
in
to
it.
be more careful.
Right,
But
exactly.
he couldn't see them coming.
Exactly. Well, that's
So-
Well, he was going to be more careful
But
now.
I'm
He
gonna be
hasn't
more
been
careful.
hit since, has he?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And you know what I started doing after that experience is when I come to a driveway, I'd wave. I'd like go. Like they can go ahead and go. And until they acknowledged me, whether it was honking the horn or saying no, sir, you can go, then that's when I'm like, okay, that means it's
So that was
clear.
your lesson in that.
There was
so
my
you
lesson.
learned a lesson. Fine.
There was, and there was. I mean, the shittiest of experiences, man. I think there are some some good stuff to them. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
All right.
Yeah, and so
Good.
That's how
That's
I
great.
feel. And like I said, you may not see him right now, but
What if you never see him?
maybe you never do.
Okay.
You know?
So is there something to take from it then?
Well, you hope. Yeah, there's always something to take from
hope.
every
Once
experience.
again, there's that word hope.
No,
I think you're so coming off so bitter and so resentful
seem
about
bitter?
it because people
Wow,
keep
I can't
telling you
believe
that
you
that's
would
what
say that.
you
You're
need
resistant.
to do.
Oh, yeah, you're
and so
resistant.
you're automatically defensive because you think that it's being directed towards you, and whatever situations you don't feel there's a lesson.
I was here last
You know
year,
what I mean?
wasn't I, AK?
So,
No, I think
but
what
I
it
don't
is.
think that's what anybody's. You need to look at it like, fine. If you found a lesson in your experience is great.
And
That
that's
does
what I've
not
always
mean
said.
that, George, I'm telling you because I found my lesson in this that you need to find a lesson in
Wow,
your
you're
situation.
trying to tell me you need to find a lesson
No,
in
no,
this?
no.
So, but that's
Unbelievable.
how you're behaving as
No.
though it's
Defensive.
a direct attack towards what your situations
No,
are.
I just think that-
and I feel like you just want people to acknowledge the fact that, hey, what happened to you was fucked up, and
Yeah.
it shouldn't have went down that way. And hey, man, I'm sorry.
I'm
but
just trying to
instead,
spin it a little.
people are saying you need to be more positive instead
Yeah.
of acknowledging your feelings and just saying, hey, I get it, man. That fucking sucked. Instead,
Right.
they're saying everything but that, and that's where you're getting upset.
Yep, exactly.
Well, yeah,
it's that false positivity.
it is. It's kind of the point where you get sick of everybody trying to find something positive and everything.
Yeah.
There's not a necessity to go digging for that. I mean, if you feel that you've got to find something positive in your everyday life, then you've got problems. You're not addressing something somewhere.
No.
Because if you're telling yourself that, well, hey, this happened because of this, or you've always got to find an excuse for it. No, shit happens sometimes because shit just fucking happens. There's really sometimes no lesson to learn. And sometimes there is, but maybe it's not for you. Maybe that lesson is for the other person. You just
Maybe.
happen to be caught up in the bullshit.
You're
That's
the
all.
teacher. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
the teacher who gets fucked.
Yeah, and
and
you may not like that situation, but the lesson may not have been for you.
Right.
I don't believe in this situation. This lesson was for me. I
Right.
believe it was for her.
Well, for somebody, but there's false positivity. I
Not
understand.
necessarily. I mean, you a year ago were convinced that you could never love again, that it was never going to happen. It was impossible.
I
You were
was?
never going to find anybody.
You talking to me or him? You're talking,
anytime you find somebody, it's a miracle. But
damn, she's talking shit.
You were set on this path that you were just going to be. You couldn't be a nice guy. Nobody's going to want a nice guy, so you're going to be single forever.
Bosh,
You
you're
don't
not
think
talking
that you
about
can
me.
ever love again.
No, I remember.
And
I
you
always said.
did.
I said I believed in love. I always said I
you
believed
said you
in that
believed
stuff.
in love,
and I
but
said there
you
was stuff.
didn't think that you could love again.
No, I wasn't sure. No, because I really wasn't
So
set up for it
now
at that
you
time.
know that you can. Did it happen and it got fucked up? Yeah.
So
but
then-
your lesson is that you are capable of loving somebody
Wow.
again.
You're right. You are totally right on that. But is that a good lesson? No, it's a shitty lesson.
Why
so
is
now,
that a shitty lesson?
because then it turns around and spins that shit back on you, and you're just like, well, but do I want to do it again? So now you're back to square one. You're like, okay, do I really want to do this shit again?
You're innately built. We all are for love.
We are?
Yeah,
So if
we
you-
are.
so if
Damn,
you-
that's the first time I've ever heard
if
a
you
woman
eat a-
tell me that.
If you eat a bad meal and you throw up, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're sick. You don't want to eat right now. That's cool.
Right.
But are you gonna forever not eat anymore? Hell no.
Well, I don't know. There was a time when I was a kid, I actually ate this hot dog. Not a hot dog, but it was a hoagie. It was a regular hoagie, and I had this one of those Christmas lollipops, those red things, and those twisty. It was disgusting.
A lollipop and a hoagie.
Yeah, I ate it and I threw up because I ate the whole fucking thing. Right?
Okay.
I was just a kid. I did not eat that lolly. I did eventually do this, but not for almost 25 years would I touch a regular hoagie, or I still don't touch those popsicles.
But you
or
still ate
lollipops.
food.
Well, yeah, but we're talking a specific thing.
Right.
You know, I might turn gay. I'm not going to screw a girl, I'll screw a guy now. So it's kind of the same thing.
I thought that already happened. But
Well, no, I'm waiting for you to take me out to Red Lobster. But
oh, we're not going to Red Lobster, man.
damn it.
We're going to
So
Morton's.
Then it's pretty much,
I'm going to give you some steak.
I like Morton's. Why not? Okay, I'll go. Yeah, I'm all for
I'm
it.
just saying, you may not have liked the lesson, but you did get a lesson.
Yeah, there was a lesson in it, man. You may
Wow.
not even
And she's
see
over
it.
there like
Was
this
it-
too, and you
was
did
it-
get a lesson.
Was it a positive in your mind? No.
No, it
I know,
sucked.
slightly.
It fucking
Right,
sucked. It was
right,
horrible.
But you still learned that you do have the capability to fall
Oh
in
yeah,
love.
I did say that. Yeah, I did say that. I said that on one of my video blogs. Yeah, I did say that. That it wasn't a total wash. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I hate the girl or anything like that.
Like you were just totally fucking miserable, and that was the worst experience
Yeah,
of
that
your
sucked,
life.
that whole
No,
fucking
the
dating
ending
time.
sucked.
Yeah,
That's
the ending
what sucked.
blew ass.
Oh
big
yeah,
time,
no
but-
question,
yeah.
no question.
But
But
yeah.
the other time was magical, man, and that's what makes it suck
It was
so
like
bad.
Disneyland without ever going. I've never been to Disneyland.
I'm sure.
I wouldn't know.
That's Jeremy, man. He goes every day.
Wow.
So,
Not listening.
Well, that's
Hi,
okay.
Jeremy.
We rip on each other all the time.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, I mean, and although I will say the people with their false positivity, you don't want to hear that bullshit right now, and I dig it.
I just kind of want to throw everything back in everybody's face that they keep spewing out over these fucking years. People they don't think about it. You're right, there are lessons to be learned, but people just spew this shit out instead of actually thinking about what they're saying. They just blanket everything with, well, there's a silver lining, or there's this, or, don't give me bullshit.
People are uncomfortable with other people not feeling happy.
Isn't that
and so
weird?
instead of acknowledging their feelings that happen to be shitty right now,
Right.
they want to bypass that and
And
get
help you
back
be
to
happy again.
the person that they want to be around. So it's not really about you, it's about them. I'm uncomfortable in your presence because you're unhappy and I can't deal with that.
Right.
So you need to find the silver lining, not for you, but for me,
For-
because I don't
right.
want to be around you until you're back to who I
That's-
used to know.
That's quite the observation there.
But what
AK.
if that person never goes back? What if the lesson is that they just change their personality a little bit? It does happen.
Then
I mean,
then they have to decide: do I
whether they
want to
wanna
be
hang out with that
friends
person or not.
with this bitter old fucking man, or
do you
do
have to
I
throw
not?
old in there? I can
of
handle the
course.
bitter, but God,
well.
old.
Or this bitter young man?
Hey,
or
thanks.
This,
Woohoo, thanks.
or this-
Now
or
you're
this-
lying.
Or this bitch that keeps on fucking crying, or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
You know what I'm
All
saying?
right,
You'll
right.
find out who your real friends are. Are you always going to stay the way that you are right now? I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
I'm-
You know, you're getting it out, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with
And I'm
it.
actually having fun with
But
it at this point.
Don't get offended at the people that are telling you this, that, and the other, because it's not about you. You need to let people
When's
be
it ever
where
gonna be about me?
And you know what?
let
Use
people
it.
be where they're at. You
Use
know,
it as your weapon.
if they don't want to be around you because you're not who they used to know, or
Right.
you're not the guy that they thought they knew, let them fucking go, man. Then they're not your friend.
Yep.
Good
Yep.
riddance.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Out with the old, in with the new.
Did you hear that, Jack?
So-
Fuck you.
Yeah, Jack.
And
fucking
you
jackass.
use it as fodder, man, for your video blogs to heal.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. I mean, there was
Take
a good
the negatives and make them positive.
There was a
man.
good spin that came off of this, which was the videos. Bottom line.
You
I
would
mean,
never have this if she didn't break up with you.
Yep.
That's
No, you
true.
wouldn't.
Because I mean, I would have probably done this because I would have done it anyhow, but I wouldn't have had that that kind of shit
Bullshit.
inside of me.
You need to text her right now and say thank you.
Yeah, I should.
Right now.
But
okay, I'm gonna text her right now and say thank you while she puts out a fucking.
Thank you for making my life better. I'm now Facebook
Okay,
famous.
I'm Facebook famous. So we'll
see.
Yeah.
But no, you know what? Let her see that. She'll see it eventually and be like, damn, I fucked up.
At this point, yeah,
Or
really.
she may not.
That's what I said. She may not. She may have done the best thing for herself. I don't know.
That could be.
I'm not her.
Right.
She may never go, damn, I fucked up. I should have stayed with him. Or
No.
she may.
You never know.
You don't know.
That's like hoping. It's a 50-50 chance.
True. Yeah, no, you're right. And you can't, and this is what I was saying on Facebook today, you can't do these things for them. You've got to do them for you. You know what I'm saying? Like your video blogs,
right?
You can't be making them for her. Like, I want her to see this.
No.
And he doesn't. He doesn't.
I know you don't. But that's because I did something today, man, for myself. You know that, something that had to be done, and it wasn't, against the other person or to hurt anyone or to make her go. I blocked an old.
So you totally blocked her.
Yeah, I did it. I just like, fuck it.
Well, see, I haven't taken her off my friends list. I mean, I see no necessity in it quite yet.
You should. I mean,
there may be a time. Right now, I don't see a necessity in it. I mean, she barely comes on. I'm in there all the time. She knows that. I mean,
but well, then why not? If she barely comes on, just fuck it.
I just didn't do it. I mean, I don't know. I just don't see a necessity.
You're not ready, man. It's cool. I've been there.
Yeah.
Trust me, I was there at one time where, I'm in love with somebody, and I'm like, oh, I'm not ready to take her off my Facebook or out of my phone. You got to come to that, and that's cool. You come to it in your own time. But this was time. I mean, this is way over time. You know what I'm saying? This person, I haven't dated them in 5 years, and occasionally I go look at their shit, and I'm just like, man, I don't want to. What am I doing this shit for? So I did this for me, and it was good. It felt good to be able to, and like I said, it's not like they got, they're gonna go searching and go, wow, why can't I find him on Facebook? Did that fucker block me? I'm sure she's not even gonna be thinking about that. But I did it for me, for my personal, like, get this out of here, man. It's out with the old, in with the new, and let's enjoy life, and let's,
truly, the whole thing about my video blogs is everything I'm saying kind of take the opposite from it. Bottom line, I'm being sarcastic about this shit. And I don't know, I mean, I'm sure there's some people out there that get it and pick it up. I mean, come on. I'm being sarcastic. I'm telling people to hate each other and fuck each other over and that. That's not the kind of guy I am.
But
I'm
that's
just
not
simply
the message.
No, it's not the message. And the whole thing is what I'm saying is, for the most part, when you're hearing me say nasty shit and that, I'm pretty much saying the opposite. It's like, hey, get the shit together. Come on, people. Stop fucking one another over. Stop treating people like shit. If you're going to talk to somebody, be sincere about it. Try not to throw their fucking cliches around so goddamn much. If they're a real friend of yours or a family member or whatever, get off your ass and treat them like a person, like a fucking human, not just something you can just pass off to the side and simply say you're spewing bullshit and leave them go. Because you're not treating them like a person at that point.
That's the thing, the fake ass cliches. It's like, man, come on.
We've all done them. And that's why I said, I'm a hypocrite. I've done it. I can't say I have not.
Yeah, but you don't like them when they're used on you.
No, well,
I don't.
And that's the whole thing. I really try not to.
We live in a world of cliches.
Yeah.
Everything is memes with fucking picture quotes on them, and everything is roses, and everything is affirmation, and just put it out into the universe.
Don't forget enlightenment.
And you'll get it, and think positive. That's the world we live in. It's constant. It's on TV, it's in magazines, it's on the radio. Everything is about think positive. So that's the world we live in, and so that is what people have been brainwashed into thinking, instead of just saying, hey, you feel like shit, and I need to listen to you and let you be where you're at.
But at the same time, it's okay to be awake too and understand that those cliches don't pertain to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that they're all just, at the end of the day, that's what they are. They're cliches. They're paper mache. That's why they're called a cliche.
I got a cliche.
Yeah.
You do?
All right. We'll be right fucking back, bitches.
No, we're not. We're done. I can't handle any more of this.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul.
Hip-hop bangers like 25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Peace, Mac Dre, I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks, life.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that. What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil, I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck in your car like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do, where you gonna go, who you gonna talk to get the info and get money? You can talk to me, you can talk to me. We got what you need, or you can join the team. Build yourself, then build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund. We have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your butt. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fuck a buster and a bitch, I'm
or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you'll be getting a ticket. And if you
Straight to
hollering
the
at a
guts,
broad,
blind
you'll
to
be
the
getting
facts.
digits. Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scams. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts if you
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STEM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic like you already know. Get him, Jay!
We are anonymous. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch jerk man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of the shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Oh, yes, bitches. Welcome back to the shit that fucking irks me.
What the hell was that you were doing?
I was turning up my headphones. Now they were too
earlier
low.
that you're going like this, like your dick sucking a fucking microphone or something.
Well, the
That's what
mic
it looked like.
The mic hit me in the mouth, so yeah.
That's. I'm sure you've said that a lot of times.
Yeah. So, you know, the other thing you brought up was in your video blog yesterday about, you know, how everybody says, well, the only thing constant is change. And therefore, you've got to love this change all the time. You know what I'm saying? No, hell no.
Then you don't have to.
I mean, for me, at least, I don't feel... But people are so delusional with their bullshit.
I mean, there's obviously change that needs to happen. I'm not saying there never isn't.
Sure, but you don't have to love it.
You don't have to love it. Bottom line, no. If you don't want to, you don't have to. That's it. You know,
that's a stupid saying. There's a lot of other things that are constant. Time is constant. Death is constant.
Time is not real. Time is an illusion.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, this is all a holographic universe. Time is just an illusion. It's what we count things
so is change.
Change is an illusion. There we go. Change is an illusion. It's something in your head and only your head.
So really, that's an interesting point.
Could be.
So, you know, things may be changing around you in your mind, but are they really changing? I mean, once, you know, it's like getting a new...
we're all in comas.
It's like buying a new car.
Uh-oh. That's right. She's always in a coma.
She's in a coma? That's how what's happening?
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's like buying a new car. You may have driven fast and reckless in your old vehicle. You get a new car...
And you don't want to do that anymore?
No, you're still going to drive fast and reckless. So,
are you sure?
How much has really changed? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, the style of the car or the body or the color or something like that, but you're still going to have the same behavior. So, regardless of what changes for you, you know, or like when I went through that shit years ago with the bed bugs. You know, I had to get all new furniture.
Oh, my God, the bed bugs again.
My stepmom was very, you know, oh, it's a new start.
She was adamant about you moving.
Well, that was my real mom that wanted me to
your stepmom. That's right.
My stepmom was the one that was like, "Well, aren't you happy? It's going to be a fresh start." And I'm like,
"And was it?"
I mean, I'm still the same person. You know, I'm definitely.
No, you're not. You don't have bug bites over you anymore.
No, that's
you're
true.
not the same person.
That's true. I have no more bug bites on me.
Nobody said that your change is constant. Just change in general, which is true. Things change.
Sure.
All the time. That doesn't mean you do.
No, that's it. That's
you
why.
You stay the same your whole fucking life. Who gives a shit?
Oh, he will.
I don't.
Exactly. Well,
be whoever you want to fucking be, whether it's good or bad.
But that's the thing. Everybody makes it like, oh, you're going to make this transformation. It's going to be so good for you.
So you're going to go into cocoon and come out like a little fucking butterfly or something?
Yeah, I guess. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
Because you got new furniture? Like, I don't see how that's life-altering change right there.
Well, it was life-altering for a while, trust me. Having to move out of my house and them doing all the shit they were doing. But you're right. It wasn't like this great thing. It was like, oh, you know what? I need a change.
I think I need to start shooting up.
Oh, yeah?
I got good veins.
Oh, so that means...
That's random.
I don't. Yeah. I just looked down and saw this big, thick vein. I'm like, what the hell?
Hey, you know, you
No,
use...
vitamin B. That's what they're telling me. I should shoot up vitamin B. Does anybody know about this B12
you know what?
or
I
whatever
have
the fuck
seen.
it is?
Yeah, there's clinics that do this shit now, where you go in.
I don't think I want to be. I don't know.
I wouldn't do that shit.
Yeah, but they're saying you go in and you get these veins, they pop the stuff in, and all of a sudden you're popped up on vitamin B12
That's
or something.
some bullshit. I would never trust that, man. But I know what you're talking about because we actually drove by there one time.
Right.
And my dad was like, what is this, one of these vitamin clinics? And
Well, they actually have a place that they give us all free things that we can go down there. Anybody with all talk can go down and get these B vitamins, but you have to take them like they shoot them into you. And I'm like, I just don't feel comfortable with that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, put a needle in my arm. Yeah. Sounds like a Doug special, man.
So there's some change for you. Instead of ingesting it now, you
can shoot your vitamins instantaneously. Yeah.
But change, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. It happens all the time.
Of course, but
your body's going to change. Your mind may change.
But
your
I guess
attitude may change.
The thing is, you don't have to embrace it and love it and think it's great. You know, sometimes you may hate that shit. Oh, you'd be surprised. There's so many people that come out with. I mean, Jerkman's heard it. You've heard it in the past.
A lot of people tell me that.
You know,
well, this changes for the better. How do you know that? I mean, I haven't been to the future yet. How do you know it's for the fucking better? Maybe it's for the worse for me. You don't fucking know.
Maybe because I'm so antisocial and I don't really communicate with a lot of people because I think most of you are fucking stupid.
Right.
So I stay in my own world.
Wait a minute,
so I
you
don't
said,
hear these retarded
You said most
things.
of you. There's two of us sitting here right now. Which one's stupid?
Yeah, which one's stupider?
You decide.
Okay,
So,
damn it.
you know, most of the time I don't have to hear these things. And then when I do hear the things, I'm reminded of why I don't fucking talk
to people?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
Oh.
You know, I'll tell somebody in a minute, you need to shut the fuck up. Get out of my face with that shit.
You will?
Yeah.
That's rude.
I don't care.
Wow.
Like, hey, do you even hear yourself right now? Like, people love or hate me because I'm just that blunt. If you say something that I think
And
is
you should
fucking
be.
stupid,
That's the whole thing.
That's the point.
I'm gonna
More
say,
people should
do
be
you
that
even
way.
hear yourself right now?
Right. I mean, if they're being
Like anything, like serious, if something traumatic happened and someone would be like, oh, you need to look at the positive in this. This is a good change for you. I'm not going to be nice about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if somebody close to me just died and then I heard that shit, I'd be like, you need to go kill yourself.
Yeah,
Slit both your
yeah.
wrists right now.
and they tell you, well, time will heal this or that.
So I get, that's why I'm baffled by these things that you guys hear, but that's just because I don't deal with people.
Right,
I have
you're
a
not-
select few people that I even associate
Well, and
with.
it's amazing to me because they'll tell you that time will heal all wounds. That's not true. I mean, if you have a child that dies,
No.
you're never ever going to heal that wound. That's
I'm
bullshit.
not
That's
over
true.
my mom killing herself.
See?
I never
Yeah,
will
so
be.
it's bullshit, right.
No time will get me over that.
Right.
I'll always hurt.
Yeah, and that's it. You know,
But like you said, and I think you are right. They throw those cliches out there. It's for them, not you.
Yeah,
It's for
yeah.
them to
I
get
think-
out of that situation because they feel uncomfortable in it.
It's kind of funny. It's like almost, what do they call that? Transference. What's the psychological term for that?
I don't know. You took it up. You tell us.
I think it is. I think it's called transference, where you transfer,
Then we'll take your word for it.
your bullshit to somebody else, and yet you're trying to make it like, oh no, I'm doing it to help you. No, actually,
I mean, there are certain situations that people just genuinely don't know how to react to. Like when
Yeah.
I tell people what happened with my mom, they really don't. You know, I either get, oh my God, I'm so sorry, which is not what I'm looking for, you
Right.
know, or, oh man, you're so strong for that. People just don't know what to say.
Well, that's true.
It's like, what do you say to that? And so
Well, yeah, and-
you got to give a little leeway to some situations you
Yes, you
lay
do.
on people because
Yeah.
you just, if you haven't been in that type of life or you haven't had any real hardships to experience,
Like,
you're
what's
not
the
going to know how
correct-
to react.
Or you just
Yeah.
really don't know what to say to the person.
Right.
Sometimes you don't.
Flat out, because if someone that they know close to them has passed, I mean, what do you say that's significant enough to help them
Nothing.
through? There's nothing you can say.
Right.
I mean, you can't. You can maybe give them a hug if they're crying.
Right.
You can console them. You can do, but saying certain words are just not ever going to amount to shit anyhow.
Yeah.
And then you feel kind of stupid and looking at them, and they just told you something. You're like, well, do I say something? Do I say nothing?
And this is why when something like someone loses someone close to them that I really didn't know that person,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to pretend to know them, and therefore I'm probably going to leave them alone. I'm not going to
What
say,
do you say to them though when they come up and tell you something like that? I mean, do you just
if they come
walk
out,
away?
I mean,
No.
I would say this is going to be really hard.
I'll give-
We'll get
now
through
that's
this.
something you can say.
I'll give
That's
you-
something
Get through
that's
this.
real.
I'll give you an example. When my stepdad's mom died, I really wasn't too sure how to, because I was like, well, shit, I don't want to say the wrong thing. So what I'm going to do, because I prefer people did this with me, just completely avoid it. Like, don't talk to me about it. I don't want to hear about it, whatever. So I left it alone. So then my mom came up to me later and said, your stepdad's a little bit, upset you didn't say anything to him about his mom. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So
you had to approach it and say something.
Then I did. But at first.
And what'd you say?
I just said, hey, I'm sorry
to hear that.
I'm sorry for your loss, man.
Right, because you didn't know what to say.
Yeah, that's all I can say. It's the neutral thing to say. But I would normally, because for me, I put my shoes on everybody else. You know how the fuck that goes.
Well, the biggest thing I hate is when, and I believe there could be a God. I'm not saying there's not.
Right.
But I hate when someone comes up to you and instantly starts throwing religious shit at you.
Yeah.
I hate that.
That's not going to help you.
God did this for a reason. God only gives you as much as you can handle. And no offense, and I know this is probably something you don't want to hear, but for me, my reaction to that is, well, if this was true, then why would people kill themselves? If God didn't give you any more than you could fucking handle, bottom line. There are times when you do get more than you can fucking handle. People do have that happen to them. So that's a fucking bullshit cliche. Get rid of it. Don't put that shit onto people saying, oh, well, he can only give you as much as you can handle. That's bullshit.
I think that if you're talking to somebody who shares the same religious beliefs as you,
then maybe
people who are very involved in their religion, it's just whatever one it is, that's a general term. Like, God won't give you more than you can handle. And they believe this. And they believe, so it makes them able to go through it.
But if you're not Christian, it's foreign.
You got to know your audience. You got to know who you're talking to. You don't want to push your beliefs on somebody who doesn't believe in the same thing as you.
But
that can be comforting to someone who goes to church on Sundays.
But
to you, it's bullshit.
Yeah, but to a lot of people, though, I mean, I'm sure that there's people in that religion that have done that.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, so to them, and that's what I'm trying to say. It's just, to me,
it's because you don't feel that way. But if you're talking to somebody who's very religious, that could be a comforting thing to hear.
Right. Well, that's
you
it.
Gotta
like you
know
said,
who you're talking to.
Know your audience. I mean, obviously, Jerkman's not coming off like a hardcore
that's not
Christian.
Somebody. I wouldn't say that to him. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say that to anybody. But
Right.
I can see how it would comfort the right type of person.
Oh yeah, and you're right. I guess. Well, but you know what?
Weak-minded, I guess. Sure.
Well, and a lot of those people, they're kind of amongst their circle. They don't venture out very much.
Right.
It's kind of groupthink, like cruise control
Like, we're
talks
not
about.
going to go, verse ourselves into a bunch of religious fanatics because
We
we're
wouldn't
not.
fit in.
Right. They're not going to venture over here to all talk and talk like the way we are now.
Exactly.
We just wouldn't intermingle, you know what I mean?
So therefore, all of a sudden, now they get somebody from outside their circle. How do they deal with that? Well, the only way they know how is giving you Jesus-ly shit.
And this happens because of Facebook. You have people that are on your friends list that aren't really your friends that you probably never fucking hang out with in real life. So you're gonna get things that you don't want to hear, but
What
they
is this
truly
Facebook
believe
thing
it.
you're talking
okay?
about?
You know, you're fucking Facebook famous now.
Yeah, Facebook.
So when you
Dorito
go
Man?
and you just add people because they request you
start
and you
her
don't
up.
know who they are, they're not your fucking friends. So don't be upset when you hear shit that you wouldn't want to hear from your real
But
friends.
see, that's
Hey,
the
you
thing.
added them. You're in this fucking shit.
But that's the whole thing. I hear it from people that were my friends. So
Well,
it's,
then they're
it's
not
just
good
it's just a normal thing. And I guess what I'm trying to say when I put these things out there is you say that to everybody and anybody. It doesn't matter who they are. Whether you're my Facebook friend, you never met me, or it's probably your fucking brother. You say the same shit. People just keep spewing the same bullshit that we've been told to say over and over and over again. Let's change it up a little bit. Let's actually give a fuck instead of pretending we give a fuck. It can be that simple. Okay, if it's not somebody, like you're saying, if it's somebody in your friends list you really don't know, all right, you may not know what to say, so don't say nothing then.
Well,
Leave it
that's
pass by. You can scroll right the fuck by. You don't have to say something.
I usually do that, especially when they say, "Well, please pray for this person" or whatever.
I've seen those out there, and I'm kind of mixed. I'm kind of mixed on that.
It's their Facebook. If they want to tell people to pray for somebody,
Yeah.
they are allowed to fucking say that.
Yeah.
You don't need to go over there and fucking curse at them and tell them I'm not praying for your fucking dying child because that's bullshit. It's not. They didn't post it on your fucking timeline.
No.
If you don't like what they're putting on,
Don't look at
unfriend
it.
them or
Right.
scroll by it.
Well, that's it. That's what I do.
think it's much
I don't-
easier just to scroll by. I mean, I don't think if you're that fucking offended that you have to unfriend them, then you've got fucking issues.
Yeah, I don't.
Bottom line.
I just pass by. I don't say anything. I'm just like, oh, okay.
Really? I never see you say anything about anybody on Facebook going off because
I go off on other things. Yeah, on just general shit.
Well, and that's what I said the other day. I did one of the video blogs, and they were
I
talking
do
about.
unfriend people for certain shit.
Do you? Like
Yeah.
if we push that thumb thing and make it really
I'm
big?
unfriending you.
You
Or
would-
if you post, I'm not going to lie, if you
Well-
post shit every day
Mhm.
or every 10 minutes about God, I unfriend you. Not because I don't believe in a God, but it just annoys the shit out of me.
Right, it
so I
annoys you.
unfriend you.
So you can't just
what?
pass by it, or is it just you're talking about like way too much?
See, for me, I'll unfriend somebody if they're tagging me in shit that's like, you know what I'm saying, like selling, especially when they do the Walmart or the Ray-Bans or, you know.
But you got to remember, sometimes those things go up there. They're not really doing that. That's
Yeah.
the company doing that. I tried to tell you this before.
Well, somebody must have hacked into their profile.
Well,
or
not
something.
even having to do that. Facebook right now is making money from this. That doesn't have to be directly from them. They use their profile to put an ad through. And this is what I tried to tell you before. So
one guy kept doing it.
You're saying the guy kept doing it. It may
Well, I
have been
don't
the
know.
computer kicking it out, or he was hacked.
I mean, it doesn't
I mean-
matter. If it irritates you, unfriend them.
Yep,
Look,
that's just what I did.
maybe I need to practice more tolerance, and I'll go ahead and say that. I unfriend people just because
Really,
I fucking
AK,
feel
you would
like
think
it,
so.
okay? You might
Say,
post
I'm
something,
intolerant.
Give you a
one
thumb and you're
fucking
gonna
day.
fucking come hunt 'em down.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
done with you.
That's it.
You know what I
Thumb
mean?
knocks you
now,
off the friends
now,
list, huh?
90% of the time, they request me back, and I'm like, fine, fuck it.
You know, the one
I didn't
time-
even notice. I don't even know when people unfriend me, but people
Well,
know for some reason. It doesn't notify you that
No.
you've been unfriended.
I can tell if-
I mean, like 5 minutes later, they'll request me, and I'm like, "What the fuck? How do you even know I unfriended you? I don't know."
I can tell if I
when
get it.
people
Well, there is an app
unfriend
out there
me.
that tells you that
Well, that's
if you're unfriended.
stupid. I could give a fuck if you.
Yeah,
unfriend
I don't
me,
really
but-
care either. It's just kind of like, oh.
But no, there was
I
one
get
time.
touchy sometimes, and I'm just like, "Fuck this shit, unfriend." I'll go through my list like once a month and just unfriend.
How many
people.
times have you looked at ours and thought, maybe, maybe not?
On yours in the last month? A couple times.
Did you? Damn.
How about
they're so
mine?
mean.
Have you
I mean,
looked-
there's some people that I won't because we're genuinely friends. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
And I gotta fucking deal with you because I said I'm your friend. And there's some people that I'm only associated with through
So they're
whatever
easier to take
reason,
off.
and
So
I'm just done with you.
I don't do the thumb thing, but do I do
No.
other things that piss you off on Facebook? I'm sure I do.
Oh, really? You have to ask that question?
I don't know, like.
He doesn't really see a lot of his, do
Not
you?
to the point where I'm gonna unfriend you. I just kind of shake my head at you 99%
Wait a
of
minute.
the time.
You were looking at mine debating mine, but
Yeah.
yet his
Look, if
fucking
he-
Mr.
if he
Cranky Ass
starts-
Magoo
If he
here.
starts posting fucking novels of
Oh, here we go.
love and
Yeah.
fucking
And
Wow,
poetry
that's
and all
it.
kinds of other shit.
girlfriend shit, then
But wait a minute.
I might.
See, this is the whole thing, and this is what my point is on Facebook. I put that shit up. Everybody wants to take my ass off. Fucking Mr. Cranky McNutfuck over here puts up, oh, I hate that goddamn whore slut bitch that just texted me and said hi. And everybody's like, oh, okay.
I don't say, oh, okay.
She just shakes
It's
her head
just
and
not
drives
every.
by.
It's not every day. I don't see him post shit every day.
Well,
For a while,
why do you see
were
so many of
posting.
mine, then?
I don't know. For a while, I swear to God, I was like every hour I'd see you post
No.
something.
Yeah, you post a lot in a
about
day,
something.
man. You do post a lot of shit in,
Well, I
in
put
one day.
memes up or shows or something.
No,
some
these were
weird-
actual,
Hey.
like, I had to push continue reading just to get to the rest
Yeah,
of
there-
it.
there
Oh, wait a
were
minute, but you
few.
read them though, didn't you?
Of course, you're my friend, but
He's so fucked up. Look at this shit. Wait, we continue reading.
but I wanted, you know, and I did, and I came in here and I said, all right, it's been some time, it's enough of that, right?
Yeah,
We're
you
done
did,
with that,
yes.
okay? You had to get it out, and I understood,
Yeah.
so I let you be where you're at. Did I really consider unfriending you? No. Did I shake my head? Yes.
I'm sure you did.
Did I roll my
Sure, a
eyes?
lot of people did.
Yes. Well, we're not talking about a lot of people. We're talking
Talking
about
about
me.
you.
I don't give a fuck about the rest of your other people, okay?
Yeah.
So
They
it's
call you
same
faggots
with,
and
same
all
with
kinds of other
Max.
shit.
He posts shit sometimes, and I do the same shit I do when he says it in person. I shake my fucking head
Oh, yeah.
because it's not like you're gonna change. It's not like anything I say to you is gonna fucking make you think any differently.
Right,
I
right.
just say it because I like to hear myself talk, and that's
I
it.
usually
That's
push
our
like on your
friendship.
things. I see them, you know.
Yeah, that's our
I'll
friend.
push
I
like.
rarely post on Facebook.
Very
you guys
rarely.
know that.
Well, it's kind of fun to have a little Facebook, argument sometimes.
That's you. You like to argue with everybody and anything.
That's your thing.
Yeah.
You'd argue with a fucking turtle.
Oh,
if
you know
could.
what? But there are some people that just get on some dumb shit sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, and like when the guy got me for spelling the other day, and I'm like, oh really, nigga? Because he started it on me. To be fair, I mean, I was bitching about
You're being
something.
fair.
Always getting that.
And then the dude said, why don't you spell, waste, not waste. Learn how to spell or something. And that's when I was like, oh.
What have I
oh,
told
oh.
you before? When people have to resort to spell checking you, that's when you know you've won.
Of course.
Because if that's the only thing that
they've
they can
got-
say, they're so mad they have to nitpick your English and your spelling, you already won.
Well, and
you
see-
don't have to say anything to them. You've already won. The fight is over.
But what's funny is he did that first thing out the gate. This
Yeah,
wasn't.
your comment pissed him off so much that he had to point out you couldn't spell.
No,
you
the
won.
guy was just agitating him, and he knew how to get his fucking
yeah,
goat.
he did.
And,
It's pissed
and
him
Mr.
off.
fucking Trap fall right into the trap, jumped right on it.
Yeah. Well, because I'm like, dude, don't fucking kick a wasp.
Oh no,
nest.
no, that's not like you. I'm sure you want. You do that fucking. Yeah, that's what you did. I know you.
Yeah, man, that's fucker. Yeah, but I got him. You
got him. You attacked.
And then he was like, I was just saying it to piss you off, and it worked. And I'm like, oh, you're stupid enough to kick a hornet's nest, aren't you? And then, he was like, I don't mean any hard feelings by it. And it's like, well, then why did you start up with me?
To really be honest with you, the video blog that I'm doing is just to make people aware of things. That's all.
Not the same place.
Yeah, it's not. It's just.
Ooh, that means my bus is gonna be coming soon.
Wow, yeah. So
I
that's
have
all
to
it's
do
about.
your video because I didn't know Jerry was coming to pick me up.
Oh.
She's already here.
Oh.
Wow, Jerry's here. Why
Okay.
did she come in?
She's
say hi,
mad
at
at
least.
you, man.
So you can't do the video tonight. Oh, damn.
Do it from home.
But you can't.
No, she can't. That's
No.
right. That's right. Well, goddamn.
We can get the hell out of here
We
now.
can get the hell out of here, and that's not a moment too soon.
Oh,
'cause-
the his ending is the 45-second thing.
Yeah.
Just tell you right
Pop his
there.
ass in there, man.
Under commercials, I believe it is.
Well, you know what? This has been great. It's been beautiful. It's
First
been
night
fun.
back.
First
AK being here with
AK
you.
being
and,
here.
And you farting your ass out like normal.
Hey, man, some shit never changes.
And
you know
that
what I'm
will
saying?
never change.
And that's it, because we hate change, and so we're going to keep it as real as possible for as long as possible.
Really?
You know, and that's what I think. You know, we're always going to be us.
I would say you're so full of it, but you're not. It's usually coming out your ass 24/7.
I'm empty of it now.
You're empty of
Actually,
it.
no, I'm not. I'm full of it. You're right. That's why I keep letting it go all the time.
Wow.
Which I told you today, I had Wiener Schnitzel. That was, yeah. I had 2 bacon wrapped street dogs and a Chicago dog and a large
And
fry.
Wiener Schnitzels.
Yeah, Wiener Schnitzels, man. Was the shit.
Good stuff.
Uh-huh. Hell yeah.
It was great being on the show after all this time.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was nice seeing you again.
I know. It's been a while, huh?
It's been a while, yeah.
It's been good, man.
Been wonderful. Okay, on that note,
On that note, bitches.
Fuckers. Be
you
out of here.
motherfuckers.
did it do something bitch made to
Yes.
Maybe not.
you? Maybe.
We may be leaving.
Yeah, we
We're not
could
going to
be.
sit here all night and just ramble on.
Yeah,
about
and just be like,
nothing.
oh, yeah,
Gonna ramble
yeah.
on.
Just ramble on.
Remember we were going to do that? Anyway, bitches, I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
I'm AK.
I'm GJ. Going to put up a new vlog when I get home, Jerkman.
And that's the story there, bitches. See ya.